I don't, when younger women tell me that they hate men and men are bad, I say no, like love men. But I think that, in my education work, I worry about boys and there's so much literature about it and everything. But I think that, so how do you cultivate a more positive attitude about men without deluding yourself, Like, how do you do that? Just surround yourself with amazing men. I don't know. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. So I'm curious. I think this is so I joined a CrossFit class. I've been trying to think about where the man I would want to marry would be hanging out and then just go there and just try to meet men and be friendly. So I chose CrossFit and I wanted kind of community oriented things and jujitsu. I'm going to try some jujitsu classes. So I'm curious about just okay, so for someone like me who grew up without a father and just it was me and my mom, so I didn't have a model of a marriage growing up to either react against or to aspire towards. And this exercise of write down the qualities in your ideal partner is something I feel like I've done at least 100 times, and it gets better, but it's still vague. And some people tell you to even say what he looks like, which I feel like is maybe not a great idea. I don't know why manifesting suggests that, but if you don't have any model of marriage in your life, how do you get clear on what you want in a partner? For sure. Yeah, there's no stock. Things comfortable and familiar. Yeah, right. Such a great quality. And I think it kind of comes back to the hypnosis point because I feel like that's something you can say to yourself. I mean, how many women have said, I'm not attracted to him, but I'm going to force myself to go on a second date with him. And even at a certain point, well, if I don't even flirt with this guy I'm not attracted to, he's not going to ask me on a second date. And I got at a certain point, I did this insane thing where I decided to go on 90 dates in 90 days in Austin because I thought it's a numbers game. And so it was very intense. And I was also living at a Zen center at the same time. So I thought I'll perfect my spiritual life and I'll go on these 90 dates. And I'm in the city that has the highest ratio of educated men in their 40s to women. So that's going to find someone. And every single man asked me on a second date. I was just so completely, I dressed up nicely, I was really all zen, it's just, and it was something was wrong with every single one of them, and I forced myself to go on these second dates. Um, wow, I feel like when I talk to you, I start veering into stream of consciousness very easily. You kind of put me in some type of state. So I think, yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like, I think that you really do have to have that hypnosis part because when I met my best friends, they're twins. And I mean, I have a lot of close female friends, but our meeting was just so magical. And we immediately hit it off. Like there was a spark and everything. But then all these other characteristics I didn't even know they had emerged after we met, like dependability, being on time, the fact, really strange things like they're vegan, their dad is very spiritual, my mom is really spiritual. Like nothing that I could have like seen in an encounter. And so I think that if you do that inner work, sometimes things happen magically. So you can't force it. Yeah. 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 True. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were so many things I could kind of laugh at myself looking back on. Like a guy saying, like, I'm sorry in advance, but I didn't dress nicely for the date. And I'm being like, oh, I could just never ever date someone like that. Like, I would apologize. Like, just show up. I made the effort. You know what I mean? Like, just all these tiny things. Or like one guy said he'd like a phobia of ducks. Never date someone like that. And like, it's just little. I mean, so yeah, it's so much about kind of what you're bringing. And so, how about we focus a little bit on what's good about partnership, marriage? I mean, there's the obvious of wanting to have children and raise them with someone. What are some other wonderful things about being living with a partner, like especially as someone who's kind of single and happy, what can a relationship bring into your life? Right.